don't say any F's and stuff.
Welcome to the No Big Deal podcast. I'm your host, Joshua Diaz, and joining me on the other end is Lukey Five Sauce, aka L Ring. What's up, man?
Hey,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Tell me about what you had to do with your dog yesterday.
Oh my God. Well, I knew that was going to come up as soon as I told you.
Right.
Well, he's got some long hair around the butt, so he pooped, and I guess I didn't know he pooped. Yeah, he went outside, and he got something dried back there. So I had to put him in the shower, and really, I put on some gloves and gave him a good wash.
But what's funny is it's not like it's your dog, but it's really your girl's dog.
Yeah.
And she was at work, so you had to clean him up.
Yeah, you can't let your dog go around with a dried dingleberry back there.
No, you can't. It's really weird though. Like every dog that you've ever had, you know, first weird things happen to him. But I remember I accidentally peed on your dog's head one time.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I don't even know how that happened.
Well, I could tell you, I was in the backyard and I was going pee, and he ran between my legs.
Yeah, that was bad. But you were peeing in my backyard, so that's a little odd.
I mean, I don't know if it's odd, but it happens. The funniest part was when I came back out and like I could see, because I told you, I was like, dude, I just peed on your dog's head, and you're like, oh man, and then. I was like looking out the window and I could see you had like a bucket with soap and you were scrubbing your old, did Josh pee on your head? I was like, good Lord.
I wasn't going to let it marinate on top of his head like that.
Yeah. That's a good call, dude. Listen to this article. It's hilarious.
Uh-huh.
A Florida man was arrested Friday driving a stolen pickup truck to a Space Force base in Brevard County and what he called a mission from the President of the United States, the report says. According to WESH2 News, 29-year-old Corey Johnson of Ocala stole a Ford F-150 from the Riviera Beach Florida, 3 days before he drove to Patrick Space Force base. When Johnson tried to get on the base, he claimed that the president told him in his mind that he needed to take the vehicle and warn government officials that there were U.S. aliens fighting Chinese dragons, WRBW reports. And Johnson was arrested and booked into Brevard County Jail. He was charged with grand theft of a motor vehicle, and his bond was at $3,000. Patrick Space Force Base, not really. It seems like Grand Theft Auto, and then driving to a restricted base, and then
yeah, I thought he was going to get in more trouble, but it seems like they just care about the car. I guess he didn't do anything at the base.
What's really weird is he didn't do anything at the base. He told him that Chinese dragons and aliens were fighting.
Well, did anyone look into it?
I'm not sure. Probably. I mean, I would have. and to be fair, if this guy really thought that, I mean, he's doing the country a service.
Yeah, he's not like, well, did he have to steal a car? Maybe.
How else was he going to get there? I don't know. If you don't have a car and you're going to drive somewhere, you think that this guy is going to be able to rent a car? No.
I don't know.
When you're a special agent of the FBI and you work for the government,
how do you find where these Space Force bases are anyway? Can you just Google that information?
Yes. Matter of fact,
He's smart.
right on the website here, it says Patrick Space Force Base is home to Cape Canaveral Space Force Station and Space Launch Delta, which is described as the premier launch delta of the United States Space Force. The site is located approximately 18 miles away from the Kennedy Space Center.
Am I the only one that thinks that that's probably not great information that like should be shared?
You're going to attract some weirdos.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of when they were going to storm Area 51.
That was kind of tight.
Yeah, but nobody ever did they?
No one did it. Well, no.
You know why?
Prison.
No, you weren't going to prison.
He was going to kill. They were going to shoot him.
They literally said if you do it, they were going to have like helicopters out there with like chopper guns, just mowing people down.
That'd have been interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had, and I heard that they had clearance for to do it? Shoot, yeah, because there was supposed to be like 200,000 people show up.
Yeah, it's a lot. What are you going to do? Going to kill them all?
Well, I may be wrong, and I probably am. I would like to think that there's not 200,000 people that stupid.
Like willing to try.
Now I'm thinking there's probably a good like 18 in the world that would be willing.
No, I think you could probably.
18's a good number. 17.
I think you could. There's way more people than that.
Obviously nobody did it.
Yeah, but I think that's probably based on like more of a pain to just get out there, you know?
It seems like that's a long way to go.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah.
Who wants to go to the middle
in your backyard and didn't like take much effort to get there, then I think it would have happened.
Yeah, if it was like everybody's just going to a gas station, yeah, it would be much easier.
It was easy, yeah. But it's like a whole thing, and you have to travel. If it was just like
to pack a bag,
perfect situation for everybody, then I think it would happen.
You possibly stay overnight if you don't get killed the first day,
right?
And that's a pain too, because you're an adult, and but I'd imagine that anybody that's willing to do that doesn't mind sleeping outside or has had a bout of homelessness in their life.
Yeah, that's not it's just the effort thing. It's like you're going to put in a lot of effort.
I think that's you. I think that's you. I think that's your problem with it. I don't think that's their problem.
I wouldn't go because it's like it's like far.
What about getting shot at?
I don't even get there because I'm like in my brain. It's like, where's that at? I don't know. That's too much work already. So then, like, I don't weigh those options. Even.
Yeah. Have you ever like had a plate sitting in front of you and you're like ready to fall asleep and you're like, I shouldn't fall asleep because the dog's right there and he's probably going to get into the stuff. But it's just too much effort
to get up and move
your plate.
Yeah.
And then the dog gets into it and then, it has diarrhea or whatever.
I don't know about that, but maybe I'm pretty notorious for like leaving things out or like opening things and leaving it open, or like I know like I'll leave a light on like in a room and I'm like, that's like a whole journey to get up and turn it off. I don't,
Well, that's funny you say that because I distinctly remember probably less than 2 years ago when you had just came back from Alaska and you were staying with your parents. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if we were watching the Super Bowl or something, and I don't even know if you were in the room when it happened, but there was like a bowl of macaroni and cheese sitting out. Mm-hmm. And your little brother, who is much younger than you, like we're talking like 8 or 9 or 10, I think 9 or 10, I'm not sure. Very, very young compared to you. You're a full grown man, sort of. And your mother says, Sean, I told you to put your bowl of macaroni and cheese away. And he looks at her and he goes, I put mine away. It's Lucas's. It's just like, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's weird.
We all have that problem. Just runs in the family.
It's a lot of weird stuff happens at your house, like when it comes, especially with animals. Because I know that like your family dog just passed away, and she was a female that rode stuff. Like, specifically your little brother, and but that's not even the first time that you've had a female dog who does that.
Who humps?
Yeah, Shaka did it as well when we were younger.
Yeah, but is that not normal?
I don't know if it's normal or not. I've never seen it. I mean, I think it happens.
Have you ever had a female dog though? I feel like you haven't.
Yeah, I had Maggie.
Oh, she didn't hump?
No, she was a lady.
She was a lady.
She was very.
Why did I forget about Maggie?
I don't know, dude. It kind of makes me upset a little because I was absolutely devastated when she passed away.
Yeah, I know. She's a great dog.
And I mean, I was.
Didn't hump.
That's not what made her a great dog, but it added to her overall mystique for sure.
Yeah.
And Otis doesn't either. He's fixed now.
Not yet.
No. He started to. And then.
Did you give him spankies?
What's that?
Did you give him some spankies?
No, I didn't spanky. To give him some spanky. No, I didn't give him some spanky. What I did was he got fixed.
Oh. Does that stop them from humping? Because I feel like there's some dogs that hump without.
Well, that's where they get their testosterone from, and that's what makes them, But that's what I don't understand about your dogs.
I don't know. I guess, yeah.
And hump. And it's weird because you didn't just have the one.
Yeah, it was two.
If you've had one dog, like one female dog that had that problem, I could understand it was a one-off. But I'm starting to think it's a training issue.
No one's training to hump.
Well, then where do they learn? That can't be instinctual for a dog.
I think it is. I think we just have some alpha female dogs.
Yeah. Some alpha female dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. They're just ready to go.
I could see that actually.
Yeah.
I could actually see that happening. That's a good alpha female dogs.
Yeah. There's a little wolf in them.
They're part Siberian Husky.
Maybe.
I'm not sure if that matters at all, but
I've never looked into it, and I just assumed that dogs hump. But
well, yeah, the ones that are supposed to do.
Right.
Not the ones that aren't supposed to, and I mean, there's a reason for that. I know that it does happen, but it's just not. It's not the norm.
Not two in one house.
Two in one house, and I think
we're talking like a decade later too.
I know, like the training tactics were just not good. Look at this girl.
Look at this girl.
I'll never forget that. The saddest part was I think he actually thought she was hugging him. And that's not what was happening.
When you're young, it can get confusing.
Yeah, I can see that. But let's not get into your issues as a child. I feel like they're on the verge of bursting like the New Orleans levees. They just
I had no issues as a child.
It's not too soon to make that joke, is it?
About what?
Hurricane Katrina.
Oh, no way.
Good. I didn't want to offend anybody because like that was a terrible thing.
Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah, like you can make jokes about like the levees, right?
I think you can joke however you want about it.
Because I think that the Hindenburg you can joke about.
Yeah, well, maybe not.
It's not funny, but like.
Well, I think you could. I don't think anything is off limits as long as you're actually joking.
Right. I guess, but then like some like really insensitive person who's not. So you know what it actually reminds me of? It reminds me of Seinfeld when the dentist, I can't remember his name. It was like, it doesn't matter. But anyway, Seinfeld's dentist in the show converted to Judaism and started making all kinds of like jokes about the Jewish religion because Seinfeld was Jewish and a comedian, and he would do that too. And Seinfeld basically accused him of converting to Judaism strictly for the jokes.
Yeah, just for the jokes.
Yeah. And then he was like telling a Catholic priest that.
Yeah.
It's like confessing to him, and he's like, he's like, and this offends you as a Jewish man? He's like, no, it offends me as a comedian.
Right.
So I
found a loophole.
Right, but I don't know if like that well, it's a loophole.
It counts.
I mean, what are you going to do? Go confess.
I don't know. You could joke.
Go confess to your priest about it.
Anyone could joke about anything, I think.
You can, and it's just if it's perceived funny or not. Now,
right, yeah.
if it doesn't go over well, the people that decide are the people who are watching or listening or whatever.
Or hear it, yeah.
And if they decide to never, like when Michael Richards went on his like epic psychotic.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Right, but his career was over.
Yeah,
because people were like, this guy's kind of unhinged. That was just a
it was funny for different reasons. It wasn't funny. The things he was saying wasn't funny. It was funny because
watching somebody melt down like that is always funny. But it was like you're just going, come on, guy. Like what? You could tell that he wasn't trying to be funny. He was mad. And
he was mad, and he wasn't quick enough to come up with anything else. So
he went straight for that, which is never good.
Right.
Never. It's just not healthy because I don't know if society.
There's a way to tell a joke, and that's not the way to do it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't a joke. What he was saying. I don't even think he was attempting. He didn't even attempt to form it into a joke.
Think it was attempt. I think he was just mad.
He really was very, very upset. Dude, did you see? You remember the Nicolas Cruze kid, the shooter for?
Yeah.
So they were
in Florida, right?
Yeah, they're getting ready to sentence him, right?
Oh, well, finally.
I know. It only took a couple days. They're getting ready to sentence him, and this guy in court, I don't know if it was today or not, was when they were playing the sounds from like inside the school of him, committing mass murder. Put his head down and plugged his ears. You
don't want to hear it?
Can you believe that?
Well, not really, because it seems like someone who did something like that would want I don't know.
I just don't like he has the motivation to go through with the horrible crime that he commits, but he can't listen to the audio of it while he's getting ready to be sentenced for like 17 murders. I find it like it's like when James Holmes asked, like, "Oh, did I kill any little kids?" I'm like, "Yeah, you actually did, dude." And he was like, act upset about it. Why didn't you think about that before you did it?
I don't know. Because I always think that like people do that, they wouldn't mind hearing it. It would probably like get them off some way, like. Well,
like serial killers, they like to show you how they did it or how they like grab the person or whatever. They like to relive it, but I don't know. And I guess
I always assume that like. That's why people do things on like the mass level too, because they want the exposure, they want the media coverage, they want, you know what I mean? They sort of like some sick thing to them. So that's interesting. I don't know if he's trying to win some sympathy or something, but it's like you're gonna Does Florida still have the death penalty? I think so. So
I think Florida, Florida definitely has the death penalty.
Yeah, you're dead. No
how is that not
really?
how is that not an open and shut death penalty?
Yeah.
I guess you have the right to a trial, but can you imagine trying to defend Nicolas Cruze?
Someone's going to.
I mean, he has that he has that right.
Yeah, even if he doesn't want it, he'll get it.
Well, you can definitely. He could have just represented himself.
Yeah, well, I don't think you can unless they think that you're like competent enough, right? Like, I think you can do whatever you want. Really?
Yeah, and you can even take the stand against your lawyer's advice. You can do whatever you want. It's your trial. I don't think they should protect you from that kind of stuff. I think they advise you.
Yeah. Well, I don't think there's anything you could do to help this kid out anymore. Like, he's done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, good for him. It couldn't happen to a better person.
Right.
But he'll sit on death row for 25 years. Appeal.
Really? You think so? I think I would have to check. I don't know if they have. I assume Florida has.
I know they have the death penalty.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I think they'll put him. I think he won't sit long. I think he'll die.
I mean, he has a certain amount of appeals, and he can do as many as he wants.
Yeah. Well, what's he pleading right now?
I don't know. Like dumb.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's he gonna? He's gonna appeal. I guess you could appeal like, the death penalty charge, but it's like if you say that you're guilty, right?
Yeah, I mean, so right here it says Nicolas Cruze sentencing trial live update day 8. Social media post promise shooting at school. Okay, well there's your first.
Wonderful. Glad we caught that one.
The trail begins. Right. Today marks the 8th day of the sentencing trial of Nicolas Cruze, who pled guilty in 2021.
Yeah, he just pled guilty. They're just gonna. I don't think there's anything to appeal.
So I think they're just sentencing him, but like if they kill him or not. So he pleaded guilty in 2021 to killing 17 people and wounding 17 others. That's crazy. Yeah, that's so many. For more than a week, jurors have heard testimony from teachers who survived.
Why do we even have to do that? I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't know. The 12-person jury will recommend whether Cruze. This is the part I do not understand. Yeah. The 12-person jury will recommend whether Cruze, then 19, now 23, is put to death or sentenced to life without parole. But see, this is only a recommendation. The judge ultimately decides it. So why do we need a jury? Because he can overturn it if he wants.
Yeah. I think that it just weighs more. I think it's something that the judge has to take into consideration because they're being judged by your peers. So
sometimes I do wonder, though, like it says right here, it says a day before.
How much it matters?
Huh?
You think it doesn't matter? Like whether
all they're doing is recommending. You don't think the judge could figure that out on his own?
Yeah, I know. I think it just seems
because there's no actual. He's pled guilty, so just decide.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why do we have to have testimony, or I guess it's just like
impact statements are important to put on the record. I get that, and there are people that do want to be able to confront him, which is fair.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But listen to this. This is this kind of stuff that is just so mind-boggling to me. A day before the shootings, Cruze searched online for a quote, "How long does it take a cop to show up at a school shooting?" Wow.
Unreal, Google.
Yeah. Okay, shouldn't that shoot right to the FBI? Pew. Nobody should be Googling that.
Well, I think it would be interesting.
Lucas.
I think it would be interesting to know.
No, it wouldn't.
Okay, that would be. Yeah, it would, because isn't that what they're talking about? Isn't that a big topic right now about the
Uvalde shooting? Yes.
Yeah, how long it took them to respond. So, I mean, I guess that
you don't think that should show up like a little red light somewhere in the universe.
Okay, yeah.
And they go, oh, hey, somebody, okay, this is the 5th time this week that somebody's done this. Let's take a look at this kid. And then they go, oh, let's look at his social media. What does it say on his social media? I'm going to be a professional school shooter.
Right. I think all those things together, yeah.
And then,
I mean, well, wasn't he known? He was known by the FBI. This wasn't like some kid that just showed up out of nowhere. They had been keeping tabs on him.
Kind of, yeah, but nothing super proactive.
Unfortunately, it's sort of the case with all of these. They're not completely unknown to like the FBI,
right?
Like that.
Well, then one of them, it says right here, it says 4 days later after he wrote about being the school shooter, or what is it, that he's going to be a professional school shooter. It says
a professional.
Yeah. You don't get to be a professional doing something just once. Yeah. Idiot. He says 4 days later, he wrote, quote, "My life sucks. I failed high school." That's the thing. Had he really failed high school already? He was only 17. That's impressive. My life sucks. I failed high school.
That's when you graduate, right?
About that, 17, 18. And then it says, I'm going on a killing rampage. And then it said every single post and search covering 20 pages was read aloud by a jury.
Unreal.
By the jury. Quote,
when people say things like that, I think, I'm sure those posts were reported. Like, people saw them. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, it says like right here.
It's sad. It seems like there could have been a lot more done.
Yeah, you would think so. It's like the Uvalde situation.
He wasn't like,
let's hang outside.
He's making public statements and,
Yeah, that Uvalde situation, man. And then you like, they're like, oh, we didn't have the equipment we needed. It was like, well, what do the little kids have?
What do they have? Nothing. Yeah,
Why don't you? And then they wouldn't even let the parents go.
And then they like fired the principal because they were saying that that he knew of like safety concerns and stuff like that. And it's like,
well, everybody knows about that,
right? I don't know, man.
But listen to this. So it says, quote, "I already see my future nothing but loneliness. I wish to keep something in the history books like Eric and Dylan," and that's in a reference to Columbine.
Yeah,
Eric and Dylan. Those guys left an impression that I don't think anybody will ever quite understand.
No, well, they were the
first big known
the trendsetters. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
that's why I said it's surprising when you tell me that he like puts his head down and like,
yeah, it's just a.
You think Eric and Dylan would do something maybe like that because they're complete cowards, but
they put their heads down by blowing their heads off.
Causing.
Okay, so look at here. I wish to keep something in the history books like Eric and Dylan. For that, you will hear me on the 2020. You will hear me on the news 2020. On July 4th, Cruze wrote, I love to see the families suffer. What a sicko. Causing family members. Then he puts his head down. Oh, I don't want to hear this. Yeah, he is. It's so
bizarre.
Weird.
It's an interesting thing. It's like, I don't know what's he trying to convey, that he's like changed or something,
Did you ever hear about when he assaulted the corrections officer?
No.
Yeah, he literally attacked a corrections officer.
Unbelievable.
In jail. And I mean, it was like all on video. Like, you can even watch it. It's ridiculous. I mean, the guy's an absolute nut.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be one of those cases where they drag their feet to put him to death. I think it'll be. I think he'll go.
You think so?
Make a statement. Just because,
like Old Yeller, they just take him out back.
I hope. I think, they want to make a statement about these things, and I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know if it would be good or bad, actually, because there's just a lot of attention. Who knows?
I mean, I guess it is just one of those things, but the fact that he sits there with his head down, and you're just going, "Come on, man!" Like,
that's really annoying. Yeah, it's weird, bizarre. I don't know what it. I don't know. I totally forgot about that case, or I haven't been paying attention, so it's quite interesting. 2 years it took.
Well, no, this was 2017.
2017.
That's when the shooting happened.
So
we're 5 years.
5 years in.
What is he, 23 now? That's like
22, 23.
Right.
Life's over, dude.
Well, that's why he said he did it, because he didn't want loneliness.
He thought his life was over at 17. Oh my God, he failed high school. Like he's the first one. You know
how many classes I failed?
Yeah, get over it.
Yeah, seriously. I see all kinds of homeless people. They're not really killing people. They all failed. Most of them failed high school too.
Yeah,
not that. It's not. It's literally not the end of the world. Like, it's not good, but it's not the end of
now it's nothing. It's nothing now. I've been looking recently at like new jobs and stuff. Like 90% of the applications and stuff I see, it's like high school diploma preferred, not required. Like, you know what I mean? It's like your life's not over. You could find your way. You could find something.
What jobs have you applied for?
I got a new job actually, but
what?
Yeah.
When do you start?
Started next month.
Is it by chance anything to do with janitorial services?
No. I'll be working at like a rehab facility. Doing like groups and stuff. like
drug rehabilitation?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's not the first time that you've worked in some sort of like institution.
Yeah. Yes, I'm well aware.
So you set up the groups. Do you hold meetings and stuff?
Yeah, I'm going to. Oh. I have to do some more training.
I could just hear you. Hey, Eric, can you please tell us a little bit more about your crack addiction? You didn't share enough today in group.
No, I think it'll be good. I think it'll be
fulfilling. Interesting.
Yeah, maybe, right? Yeah, see people get better. That'll be nice.
Yeah, but like,
yeah,
but with you there, see, here's what I'm confused, because I think that this could possibly like be a ruse, like just to get you some help somehow. And they're gonna
like this is a setup. I'm gonna just live at this treatment facility.
Yeah, you're gonna go for like 4 days at a time. They'll let you come home, and then you got to go back. And they're like, "Hey, Lucas, can you go set up the punch for the meeting?" And you're like, "I'm running the meeting."
What addiction do you think I have?
You see, that's the thing. I think it's just an overall rehabilitation place. Yeah. And I think they probably think you have some sort of like traumatic brain injury or something not known to the human eye. Like you're not addicted to any substance.
So I went for the interview and they were like, "Oh God, we got to get you staying."
Well, your girlfriend's a medical professional, right?
Yeah.
So I think this is all kind of like been set up. I think like it's like the Truman Show for you, and you're getting ready to.
I think about that all the time. That show, I watched it maybe I don't know. When did that show come out? But I always think about
a long time ago.
Yeah, I think about that. Maybe I watched it too young, so I thought it was
like you think everything's a setup.
Yeah, kind of.
Because I kind of do think that you're going to say like, oh, you're going to run meetings, but you're really just putting the cookies and punch out.
No, I don't think so. It's not how it's been been discussed or what some of the training stuff I've gone through.
Well, they're not gonna tell you. They're just gonna they're
right.
Just
part
gonna,
of the show.
Yeah, they're gonna treat you like they probably tell everybody that's going into the rehab.
Yeah.
The only people that will apply for this job are the people that really need help. And so that's what's happening. It feels like. I mean, I could be completely wrong, and I really hope I am. And I hope you have a successful career.
I hope you're wrong too, because I don't want that. I just want a job. Well, I don't really want a job, but I probably should.
But I thought you were going to be a stay-at-home dad.
I'm undecided. But if anyone was going to, it would be me.
Right. And that's a cool thing.
Yeah, I think so.
My cousin, that's how they do it.
Yeah.
She works and he takes care of the kids.
I think
it's 2022, baby.
It just makes more sense. And like, you know,
well, she's smarter than you and could get way better jobs than you.
Yeah, she has like the best job.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. And like you time.
I'm never in my life going to like outperform her financially.
Are you going to be you're not going to be a hedge fund manager or anything?
Right. So, and that'd be like the only way. So,
although I got to tell you, you did change my life for the better once.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Most of it's been on the contrary, but,
right.
But that you taught me something that has stuck with me forever that I use to this day, every time. And it just so happened that I was changing the liner of a trash can once. And the bag was just a little too small to fit. And you said, "Here, let me see. It's an old janitor's trick." And you split it, and
then I tied it.
And you tied it like it was like,
and it was tight.
It was tight and perfect, and you were so proud of yourself. And
I mean, I got a lot of janitor tricks that I've shown you. I feel like
the bucket one doesn't work so that's the thing. And we all talked
every time.
We all talked behind your back about it because nobody else wanted to plunge the turds, but you were totally willing. But we all laughed that you always ended up having to get a plunger because your suction thing never worked.
No, that's stupid. That's not true. That was bad plumbing up there. Okay, first. And it worked.
Bad plumbing, it's all it needs. It's gravity and suction. Like there's no. What do you mean? Bad plumbing.
The plungers never worked. I always used those buckets. They didn't work 100% of the time, but neither did the plunger. You'd be sitting there sweating, plunging the thing for 5 minutes. Forget it. I'll throw a bucket of water on it.
Well, eventually, the only way that, like the way that I figured you just did it was that you just poured so much water that spilled everywhere, and then
fresh water,
and then you mopped it up, and then
the water's all over the floor,
and then eventually, you have a clean toilet now.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
I can't believe you guys talked about that behind my back.
We all laughed because we'd all say it doesn't work, and you're like, "Yes, it does,
dude." Go on YouTube and watch it. I would do it up there. How do you think I got it? Those plungers, for some reason, at that place never worked.
But I would end up
clogged once a week.
Lucas, I would end up standing in 2 feet of
Dude, That wasn't from me. I would go up there all the time, and it's like, is this pee or is the toilet leaking or what? There's just a puddle up there.
Yeah.
That I never knew where it was coming from.
You could never tell exactly what.
And the floors were so dirty. The floors were so dirty that you didn't know if it was urine or
just whatever. I know. That was
I think that was
bad.
That was a weird place.
It really was. And I think also when it rained, the stucco on the outside.
Yeah, it would leak in.
Yeah, but there would be just and it would be asbestos covered water.
Yeah, like I like how I worked there. It's like I started as just like, what a clerk, is that what it is?
Yeah.
And then I was like on the roof, like fixing leaks.
Yeah. That's all we really had the payroll for. You were our janitor. You were our roofer, carpet cleaner, bathroom cleaner.
Weekend manager.
You did everything. You picked up dead birds in the parking lot?
Yeah, I was shoveling human poop.
Yeah. That wasn't cool.
No, I was underpaid there, let's just say that.
Some sort of hazard pay was probably needed, but I mean, to be fair, like, you know, it wasn't that hard of a job.
No.
Unless you were trying to fix the roof.
That wasn't even hard. That was just hard because, like, the people that I had to be on the roof with.
The funny thing about that was that there was a back alley that was just frequented by, like, homeless. And I remember we put the cameras up. Scary. And the alley camera got destroyed in like 36 hours.
Yeah, it was not even up there.
I was watching the video of it.
Got hit with a rock.
Yeah, I was watching the video of it, and all I see is this. The last thing I see is some homeless guy throwing a rock, and then the screen just starts flickering. Yeah, it's like one throw. Like the guy looked like Nolan Ryan on crack.
Yeah, he just goes around doing that, just knocking out all the security cameras.
It was definitely impressive. I was very impressed with his accuracy.
And then we would like paint that wall back there, and it was just like giving them a new canvas. It was like the worst.
Yeah, I felt like I was doing them a favor. Like, here you guys go, have fun
right.
painting.
Yeah,
again.
they're like, oh, cool. Now, you know what? I messed up on the last one that said, you know, I don't know.
I can't get over that you're going to work at a rehab.
You like that? I think it'll be nice.
I haven't decided if I like it yet. I like elements of it, but I don't know. Like, it could go really, really bad because when you work for everybody, including the people that have drug problems. Because I can't imagine you hosting like a AA meeting. Like, how are you going to do that? Like, you've never been addicted to anything in your life except like wanting to be loved.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. And that is something I said. I was like, I don't, you know, it's probably common.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, aren't most of the guys on intervention?
You know, the person that interviewed me had, you know, been recovered. So
maybe. Okay. Now I see what they're going to do. They're going to get you addicted to cocaine or crack.
No,
rehab you. And then they you got to go through the full gauntlet. That's what they mean by you got to do more training.
No. Well, no, it's just like just the training. I've done some of it. It's just how to like lead a group. It's like how to go through it. I'm just basically following the outline. I'm not really like, you know, trying to like lay some knowledge on these people or something. It's like, you know, it's pretty well documented how people get sober. It's not like, you know,
I could see like you have your little flashcards. Garrett, don't smoke meth.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Have a good one.
I think that's good advice.
It's great advice. It's great advice. Remember that guy that we knew that told us that he tried meth a few times?
Yeah.
There's no such thing, right? You can't try meth a few times.
He said he tried meth, and then he had multiple stories about trying meth. So I was like, no, you did that.
You were doing meth.
You were doing meth. You didn't just try it.
Right. Trying it is one time.
It's so interesting to me how that even happened. To, you know, let's be fair, he's semi-normal.
I mean, what?
Well, you know what I mean? Like he
stole my wallet.
Okay, well, you know, it's fallen on some hard times, I think, but I don't know. I think he was semi-normal. Like he didn't come from like a bad family, or you know what I mean. It wasn't like a typical case you would be. I was surprised that he had done meth. You weren't, obviously.
No.
Did I stump you?
No, I wasn't surprised.
You weren't surprised.
I wasn't surprised. I would have been more surprised if he would have only did it once. Like tried it once. But I wasn't.
You weren't surprised that he's done meth multiple times.
No, because he looked like somebody. He was the kind of guy that wouldn't get haircuts. He'd just grow his hair out till it was so long, and then he'd shave it, and then grow it out again all through all the awkward stages, like the Stephen Avery phase, and then the Waylon Jennings phase. He
said that he would donate it, like so that seemed like it was nice.
Do you really think he did though? The guy did meth.
Yeah, I don't know.
Think they're going to take his meth hair?
Yeah, I don't know. He did seem like a guy who did meth. Maybe I just have it all wrong. Maybe I don't have a good radar for who does meth and who doesn't.
Well, usually you can pick up on people who are currently doing meth. It's not always so apparent when the person doesn't do meth anymore. If that makes any sense.
That's fair.
But there is a point of no return where you can stop doing meth and it's still apparent that you did meth.
Yeah, you've done meth.
And they don't know if you're doing it still or not.
So I guess he hit the sweet spot, right? Where he just did it enough.
It was like he was playing cornhole and he went right through it.
Do you ever like see somebody, where we used to work, I used to think about this a lot. Like, I want to just be inside their head for a second, like just for a little bit, be able to go in and go out and see like what is happening in there.
Well, I think about that with you all the time.
Yeah. With me.
Yeah. I've always wanted to know like what's going on up there. And I think 90% of it would be UFC related.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot.
Like do you think about UFC a lot?
I've watched probably or looked at, I don't know. I watched like a couple UFC videos today already. I watched the Contender Series last night. So, I watch something every day about UFC, or I look at like what fight's coming up, or
Right. Wow.
So that's a big part of it.
So,
and then I went and did some running. I was thinking about exercising a lot today until I did it.
Yeah, but you don't think about exercising while you're running.
Yeah, I think about trying to breathe.
Like trying not to die.
It's so hot here. Running is miserable. It's like 102.
In LA.
Yeah.
Why?
I think it's hot here. I think it's always that hot. I can't tell you why it's that hot. I think that there's a heat wave going on right now. I heard something about.
Well, Redding's 112.
Yeah, I was in Reading not too long ago, and it was 112 or 13 or something like that. It was miserable. The sun hurt my skin. Like when I was in it, it was like I wasn't sunburnt, but I could feel it like frying my skin. It hurt.
Dude, this just came across the screen. Florida man charged with DUI for driving a Walmart scooter while drunk. Wow.
He got it out of the store?
Yeah. No, it says he was in the store.
You could get DUIs driving those in the store?
Hold on.
No way. That's crazy.
That would be
like the law has gone too far.
No. Oh yeah, he got it while driving it. He was driving into the shelves.
Oh yeah, he got it out of the store.
No, it says Florida man was arrested for DUI after driving scooter into Walmart shelves.
Oh, shelves. I thought you said he was driving.
So maybe it was his own scooter. Maybe he brought the scooter in there.
Oh, gotcha.
And was ramming into stuff because he was so drunk. So let's just see here.
I can't believe you can get a DUI on one of those. I guess you get a DUI on a bicycle, right?
I've heard that, but I don't know anybody that's happened to except my cousin.
But it's happening.
If you find yourself in a Walmart in Melbourne, Florida, watch out for drunk drivers on motorized shopping carts.
It's unreal.
So here we go. A 39-year-old man was arrested.
He definitely, no, dude, I know. He got drunk. He went in there. He got the car because he was drunk. Thought it would be a good idea. I can't believe you can get a DUI.
I mean, I can. It's not that. How's that? You can't drive drunk, dude. Like it's a thing. Anything. You can't drive anything drunk. Nothing.
Those things go. I walk faster than those things.
Well, let's just hear what the article has to say.
Okay.
A 39-year-old man was arrested after police say he was driving a motorized scooter and crashing into shelves while intoxicated on Sunday, July 24th, 2020, at a Walmart in Melbourne. Melbourne police say the man was driving a Walmart scooterized cart with his open backpack sitting in the scooter basket, where they were able to see an open bottle of Smirnoff vodka inside.
Oh, man.
According to police, the man almost hit other customers, as well was seen swaying in the scooter and running into shelves. The man allegedly smelled like booze and had glassy eyes. When officials asked the man to show his ID, the driver was uncooperative and he had to be taken to a patrol vehicle on a stretcher. He also refused to take a breath test. And when he was taken in...
That's a good move.
Yeah, it is a good move. Make him take blood. The unnamed man has been booked into Brevard County on DUI charges, refusal with prior citation, disorderly intoxication, and possession of an open container. He's only 39. So.
Yeah. I wonder what's going on in his life.
Probably not a lot. It's weird. I mean, I'm still wondering if they didn't specify. So it sounds like since it was it was Walmart's, right?
Yeah, it's got to be Walmart.
Because they did say that
it's only 39. Is there a mugshot? We got a mugshot?
No, they said unidentified. I'm sure he looks fantastic, Lucas. He got a DUI inside of a Walmart driving one of their cars.
Seeing if he was handy capable or not.
No. Apparently he didn't need it. But they took him off in a stretcher.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wow. Yeah, maybe he was. Maybe he needed it.
Maybe it was his scooter.
But you can't.
I just think that's ridiculous that you can get a DUI on one of those. I guess I've heard like golf carts, you can get a DUI in those too. You can't drive anything drunk, huh?
You can't drive. You can't if it has wheels. You can't be on it. Like you could probably get a DUI on rollerblades. That would. I mean. But see, that's the thing. You're not even supposed to be drunk out in public.
Yeah, which is weird, right? That's weird.
Well, where else are you going to get drunk?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
You go out to the bars. That's a public place, right?
Yeah, well, but what's the rule like when you're at like a sporting event or something? Is there like they sell booze? So isn't that a public thing, or is that different?
I think it falls under some sort of like, I don't think
because you have to have like a ticket to enter, so maybe it's not considered.
Well, I mean, if you're ever into Vegas, everybody walking around is drunk.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I guess you can be drunk in public. You just can't be super drunk in public.
Listen to this one. Man wakes up with headache, finds bullet lodged in his head. A woman was arrested Tuesday after her husband woke up in the middle of the night with a terrible headache and later learned he had a bullet lodged in his head. St. Lucie County Sheriff's deputies initially thought Michael Eugene Mullion had been hit by a stray bullet, but later realized the couple's story did not match up. April Mullion, 39. What's up with all these 39 Floridians? Was arrested Tuesday night and charged with possession of a firearm by a felon. So she was already a felon.
Yeah. Lovely gal.
She's being held in jail, but bail had not been set. Detectives plan to meet with prosecutors to decide whether additional charges would be filed. Why would you have to? She shot him in the head.
She shot him in the head, and he just was like, "Oh man,
I have a headache." He went to bed and woke up.
God, that's impressive.
It said he did not undergo surgery, but was transferred to a trauma facility, and his condition is not known. Well, he's got a bullet in his head. He's not doing well.
Yeah. I wonder. Yeah.
How do you not get charged with attempted murder for that?
I think you have. I think that's what that would be, right? Maybe they're waiting to see if he makes it or not.
Yeah, that's probably it. It's really just an odd story.
Pretty crazy how many people try to kill other people, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot.
A lot. Too many, I think.
It seems to be getting worse too.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's worse.
I think it is. I think it probably. Honestly, for some reason, I think social media has a lot to do with it.
Of course, social media has a lot to do with everything that's negative in this world.
It's got some positives, but I think that the negatives.
Yeah, but I would say, come on, social media. There's no way that the good outweighs the bad. There's no way.
Right. No, well, you're probably right. I mean, I don't know. I don't really think about it that much.
Well, yeah, you're also normal, and you're not
yeah, I'm normal,
obsessive with it, or so you're normal. You're not shooting somebody in their sleep.
No, nope, I haven't done that one.
You're not, getting arrested in Walmart.
That's up for debate. Florida man facing felony charges for throwing hot dog at police.
Oh, that seems like
that's excessive.
The police just went too far.
I don't think you can throw anything at the police though.
No. But the hot dog, get over it.
I would have ate it. A man was arrested in Florida after police said he threw food at an officer. St. Petersburg police told WTVT that Jason Stoll continued to sell hot dogs on Saturday night downtown despite multiple warnings to stop after the street closure permit ended. So he was violating the street permit by slinging dogs.
Stupid. I'm kind of on his. I'm on his side.
Police told the station, let the man work. Police told.
He's trying to make a few bucks selling dogs.
Well, it seems like he's in the hole now because he wasted one. Police told the station that he had asked. Police told the station that they had asked Stoll to put down a hot dog, but he continued to try to sell it.
Put the dog down.
Look at this. Police told the station that they had asked Stoll to put down a hot dog, but he continued to try to sell it. You ain't gonna tell me what to do with my hot dog. The defendant became extremely upset and intentionally threw the hot dog at an officer. The arrest report reads, Stoll was charged with battery on law enforcement.
Oh, come on.
And resisting arrest. Oh, man.
And I'm kind of on his side.
Dude, his bail was $2,600.
That's as much as the...
That's as much as the guy that stole the car and drove to the base to warn about the dragons.
Unreal.
Yeah,
all he was trying to do is sell some hot dogs, and
sir,
I hate that you have to have a permit to do that. Why?
Can you please put the hot dog down, sir? Yeah. Put the hot dog down. And then he throws it at him.
Yeah.
He continued to try to sell it. They could have let him sell that last dog, right?
One dog. And to get charged with battery for throwing a dog. If he threw the hot dog at me, would he be getting charged with battery? No.
I've thrown a hot dog at you, and I never got charged with anything.
No.
I've thrown a lot of food at you
out
before.
A dog. Yeah.
I've actually done it where I felt bad after I did it because I was like, "Why'd you do that?" And it wasn't nice.
Oh, really? You felt bad? And how come it's never? It's usually when someone feels bad about something, they won't do it again. But it's just this vicious cycle.
I think I haven't thrown any food at you in a long time, mostly because of proximity.
Because I'm not around. Yeah, right. Yeah.
But
right.
to be fair,
no, you haven't thrown food at me in a while.
And I did see you recently. And I didn't throw anything at you.
Yeah, you did. What was the last food item you threw at me?
Okay, well, I remember it very vividly.
Okay.
It was actually the egg off of a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich from McDonald's.
Yeah, I remember this.
And I hit you in the forehead with it.
You know what, though?
And then you ate it.
Yeah. It's funny that you say that because I'm like you. I take a layer of that egg off, too. It's too much egg.
It's way too thick.
It's too thick. Yeah. Half the egg would be... I always take a layer off.
They need not to fold it over. They need to just, instead of folding it, chop it.
Once. They fold it like 4 times.
There's a lot of egg on those things, man. It's too much.
I like it folded. It keeps the sandwich cleaner. If you just did like scrambled eggs, it wouldn't work.
That is a scrambled egg.
Yeah, but it's just contained. It's not like
it's a scrambled egg in a square.
Yeah, but it's right. It's not just loose egg.
No. Why would there be loose egg?
I'm saying that's the only way they do it. They got to fold it.
You can just cut that thing in half and it'll still be flat and contained.
Yeah. No, I agree, but the amount of egg.
Right. Too much. There's one thing that we agree on here. Too much egg. Yeah. Let's move on.
Yeah, I hadn't had McDonald's in a year and a half. I hadn't had any fast food. Mm-hmm. And me and Lily went to Florida.
Yeah.
And we took like the worst flight because it was cheap and whatever. Mm-hmm. And we wanted to get to Florida like early, so we had we didn't lose a day of travel, Anyway, there's nothing open but McDonald's like for breakfast stuff in the airport. And I had a sandwich and it was the worst mistake. I spent the whole first day in Florida on the toilet.
No, that's not good. Like you got Montezuma's revenge without going to Mexico.
We were waiting for a little luggage and I was like clenching my butt. I was like, I have to go. And she's like, what's wrong? She's like, you can't wait for the luggage. I'm like, I don't think I can. Like,
too much egg. There's too much egg.
There's too much egg. It was. I got a McGriddle and it was just never again. My stomach wasn't ready.
Like a laser beam, huh?
It was terrible. Well, no.
Did it taste good though?
And then I had like a 3-hour flight, and then by the time we landed, it was like needing to get out of me. And then I spent the whole next day.
Why didn't you just go to the bathroom on the plane?
No, I didn't have to.
Oh, okay.
When we landed, it set in, so it was like a 3-hour. And it was like once my body broke it down, it was like not good. And then I felt better, and I was like, "Oh, I feel better," and I'm like kind of hungry now. And then we went and ate some pizza, and I immediately was like, "We got to go back to that. We got to go back to the place."
You never learn, dude. After your health journey and everything, you're just like you're more intolerant than ever of grease.
I can't eat like the bad stuff anymore.
But you were really never able to anyway. You just did.
I don't know. I guess that's fair.
You'd get rashes on your leg.
Yeah.
And
that's just from dairy intake.
Yeah. So are you still are you off dairy?
No way.
Oh, so you're still hitting cheese hard because
cheese isn't bad for you unless you're allergic to it like me.
Right. But that's
that's not true. Dairy is horrible for you, but who's going to give that up?
A lot of people do.
No.
The one thing that is the contrasting thing between your dairy allergy, aka your cheese allergy, is on the other hand, I don't know anybody that loves cheese more than you.
More than me. Yeah,
so it's like it's a curse, really. It's like for some reason you did something in a past life where it's like, hey, your favorite food, your favorite food is going to cause you a great deal of agony.
You know what? It doesn't slow me though. I'll say that.
It doesn't what?
It doesn't slow me down with it. Like, it's never like, I've never been like, maybe I shouldn't.
No, it doesn't slow you down, but like when we're all hanging out, you're like, oh God. That slows everybody else down.
Yeah, but I don't get that way anymore. It's just, overall health is better. So.
That's good. No more asthmas?
No, none.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Now we just got to get you off the cheese and you're good to go.
It's never going to happen.
Never going to. That's true. It's just.
I can't imagine. I mean,
you're like Steve.
There's
Urkel.
No way. I can't think of, I don't know. I'm sure I've had cheese today. Maybe not, but I don't know. I think I had cheese every day. What time is it?
Got any cheese?
8:00. You've had cheese. 9:00. 8:00. You've had cheese for sure.
I'm trying to think what I ate today.
8:00 at night.
Chicken.
Chicken with cheese.
Oh, you know what? I ate it. I ate a piece of cheese as I was cutting some when I was making a breakfast sandwich for Lily.
Are you wearing headphones?
No.
Unreal. Very, very. I thought you were supposed to wear headphones.
I could wear headphones.
Well, it's a little late now.
Yeah. I think it sounds good though.
It sounds great. Anything going out?
Got any cheese?
What do you mean, like in the mail?
No, Lucas. I mean, like we're gonna end the show.
Oh, we're done. No, dude. I miss you.
Peyton's at church camp. So.
Oh, he went.
What do you mean?
To like a different one or one that we went to?
No, it's a different one. I wouldn't allow him to go to the one we went to.
Yeah, that's probably a good parenting choice.
Ever since I had the camp counselor with the double nipple rings,
yeah,
I don't trust that campground.
I like that. Is that because his girl?
Yes, he's taking after his uncle Lucas.
I love that.
He's very smitten, which is good.
Yeah, she seems like a nice lady.
She is very much so.
Yeah, they're gonna get married. You know that.
I mean, that's kind of how life works. I think for most. I think
Peyton's the one and done guy though. Like he's, this is his girl, and that's it.
Sure, I could see that.
Yeah,
I think it's like John and Olivia Walton. Oh, thanks for listening to that Big Good Podcast. We'll catch you next time. For everybody here, Lucas, Josh,